bright new day in Nigeria. Every Nigerian woman wakes up with hope and desire to make a lasting impact. A desire that has been nurtured since 1957. Through the years, the desire of the young Nigerian woman has consistently been common. It's not just about being seen, liked or wanted, but about showcasing the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in totality. That's why a distinguished platform such as the Miss Nigeria is back, bigger and better. The Miss Nigeria title has stood to represent the highest of ideas. In totality, this pageant brings back the old world glamour and elegance. It reveals and harnesses the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in her elegance, poise, talent, intelligence, values, and to cap it all, her beauty. In 1957, Miss Grace Oyelude of the then Western region reigned as the crowned queen, and her successor, Miss Helen Eyameluna, Eastern region, 1958. And of course, in 1960, Miss Independence, Rosemary Anieze. Miss Nigeria has always been the most celebrated event each year, from 1961 to 2004. Through the years, the Miss Nigeria platform has afforded past winners the unique opportunities within Nigeria and globally to demonstrate the values of the true Nigerian and African woman. This is the organization that is duly recognized by the federal government of Nigeria. To carry the glamorous title of Miss Nigeria will not just mean a beauty queen in terms of looks and elegance, but a repeated representation of the true African spirit, just like in the years gone by. This is a privilege and an honor for any young Nigerian lady with dreams to be adorned with such honors. Welcome to the Miss Nigeria 2010. We are set to discover a Nigerian lady who is able to uphold the ideas of our nation, yet able to relate to today's global village. Miss Nigeria 2010, the crowned queen will be the nation's queen, and only the best is good enough to take the most coveted crown. This is not just any beauty pageant. It's Miss Nigeria, our Nigeria. Miss Nigeria. One nation, one people, one queen. Log on to www.missnigeriapageant.com and avail yourself of the details.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of Pageant Show. Tonight we have an exclusive interview with a very fantastic lady. She shot to national fame in 1991 when she was crowned the most beautiful Nigerian girl. She's a businesswoman, full-time housewife, and recently she got the license to run the relaunched Miss Nigerian pageant. Viewers, she is Chief Nike Oshinowo Sholeye. How are you doing,
I
Queen?
am well, thank you.
Because you're always a queen. Good to have you here.
It's lovely to be here.
We in diaspora have read a lot about you. We've heard a lot about you. And until recently, just recently, there's this news going all around that Nike Oshinowo is the Chief Executive and the Creative Director of Miss Nigerian Pageant.
Absolutely.
And when I came to Nigeria, I just said, no, this will be an opportunity to speak to Nike. So how are you?
I am very well, thank you. I am honored to be on your show. Very honored, actually.
Thank you.
And obviously, I too have been watching everything that you've been doing.
All right.
And I'm
Thank
happy
you so much.
that you're running the Miss Nigeria Island. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. But first and foremost, let me pay you a compliment. I just want to say that when I introduced the show, I said she was crowned the most beautiful Nigerian girl in 1991. I just want to say you're always a queen.
Aw, thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you very much.
Everything I've read about you and heard about you, I can confirm it.
See why I'd like to be on the show? He pays me such beautiful compliments.
So how do you keep this fit?
Oh, how do I keep this way? Well, I do have a fitness DVD out called Fit 40. It's called Fit 40 and Fabulous. I'm 44, everybody out there. Oh. I'm going to be 45 in December. Very proud of it. Very proud of it. Yeah. But after a certain age, you work hard to look the way you do. Yeah. I put in a lot of effort. Yeah. Yes.
Nika, a lot of people have heard about you. When you won the Most Beautiful Nigerian Girl, and as you go along with your life, the things you do, I can tell you that you inspire people.
Thank you.
And they've not actually had the opportunity to meet you or see you like we're doing now. So I think we should start with the fact, who is Nika Oshinowo-Sholeye?
Well, Nika Oshinowo-Sholeye, as I said, is 44 years old. In 1990, I was crowned the most beautiful girl in Nigeria. I was actually in university in England. I was in Essex University studying politics, and I was home on holiday. And when I took part in the pageant.
To be a godmother.
Yes, to be a godmother to my friend's daughter, Tiffany Annabelle. Yeah. My parents lived in Ibadan. My father's from Ogun State. My mother's from Ondo State, from the royal household of the Ojomo in Owo. I'm the first of 5 children. So everyone says that's why I'm so, that's why I'm so bossy. Absolutely, absolutely. And at the moment, I'm running the Miss Nigeria competition. Yeah. We're part of Nigeria at 50 celebrations. The pageant actually kicks off the Golden Jubilee celebration. So I'm most honored,
That's good, yeah.
I think this is because in 1960, Miss Nigeria 1960, Rosemary Anyeze, was part of the Independence Day celebrations. Yeah. So once again, Miss Nigeria 2010 will be part of the the Independence Day celebrations. Yes.
A lot of people have been asking about Nika. What has she been doing? Where has she been? So tell us a little about what you've been doing.
Oh, so many things, really, so many things. But I have to say that I do have this this thing about I'm a very passionate human being. Yeah. And I'm Sagittarian. I was born 19th of December. So if you imagine, most of my businesses, most of my projects usually revolve around my pageants, my passions.
Your passion.
So what do I like doing? I love food. So my very first business in Nigeria revolved around food. Yes, I partnered with a friend of mine, Helen Press Ajayi, and we had a business called Book Express, and we did Nigerian food. Okay. Then I actually started the trend in businesses, in the beauty in business. I started the first Nigeria's premier spa called Skin Deep, and which I ran for about 7 years. Then I realized my true calling really was to go into the manufacturing end of the business. So now I'm manufacturing my own range of hair care, skin care, perfume. My perfume is launching next month.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing my perfume, and oh, it's a secret. It's a secret. When it's unveiled, you will all know. Okay. I will come back onto your show and unveil it. And so I'm steadily getting to where I want to be. You know, I've my own perfume, my own hair care range, my own skin care range. I'm not doing my own fitness DVD, and now I'm running the premier pageant, and I'm happy. I'm married to a man I adore.
That's good to know.
It is good to know. It is good, and I'm happy. I'm a very happy person.
It's good to see women say, "I adore my husband."
Oh my goodness, absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. You talked about the keep fit, the food. You are really busy.
Very busy. Yes.
And now you've come to you are the creative director and the chief executive of the Miss Nigerian pageant.
Absolutely.
That's a huge responsibility.
You know, I didn't know that until I actually started.
Yeah.
I'm a very focused human being. I decided I wanted to be running the premier pageant. It was offered to me. I have the license. My company, AOE Events and Entertainment, has the license to run the pageant for 3 years, renewable every 3 years. And I actually did not realize. When I started, I actually thought, well, it's a pageant. It's just a pageant. Unfortunately for me, it is not just a pageant. It is Miss Nigeria. Everyone, Nigeria, can you imagine, a nation of 120 million people, they all love Miss Nigeria. Yeah. It is a huge responsibility.
Huge one. Why would you want to do that? Because I thought I've spoken to some past queens who would literally not want to have anything to do with pageant because they think that, oh, they went through a lot when they were the queen, and now they are done with. They don't want to be part of it anymore. They just want to hear but not have anything to do with it.
You know, I actually understand. I do understand that.
This?
I believe that the beauty industry, not just the pageant, the beauty industry has been so abused that someone needs to do something about it. When you look at the fashion and beauty industry, you've got the modeling industry, you've got the beauty pageant industry, you've got the actual, manufacturing of the product, etc., etc. All I'm able to do is tackle the beauty, the pageant industry. It's a huge industry. Every girl has a dream.
Yeah.
I think we have to blame our mothers. Those bedtime stories, or those tales by moonlight, and it's all about the queen and the king and the princess. Everyone wants to be a princess. Everyone wants a queen, and princesses and queens have crowns on their head. Yeah. So until someone places a crown on your head, you do not think you're the best.
Yeah.
So everyone wants this Cinderella dream. So whether you're from the Western world or from the developing world, the Western world, they have Cinderella. And it's all about, Sleeping Beauty and the Cinderella and the Seven and all that. In the developing world, it's about the Olori, the queen, the princesses, and they're special. Everyone wants to be special. Now we have an industry, a group of people who have decided to take advantage of this. And I'm saying, I went through this industry. I know what I went through. It was, but I managed to come out the other end a better person and an adult, a grown-up, a mature person. I like to help the young ladies that want to go through that industry. I'd like to hold them by the hand and show them the ropes and show them the steps. No, don't go that way. No, don't take that route. This is the route to go, and you will come out the other end a successful, clever, smart, wealthy individual. Intact with your morals, you'll still be able to hold your head up high because you will not have had to mortgage your morals and sense of self in the process. I think the fact that I'm a woman running the premier pageant is important as well. I think it's very important. I think parents will feel a lot more comfortable handing over their daughters to me than handing over their daughters to some Mr. X. Yeah. This is me. So my life has been out there for everybody to read about. Everyone knows what I've been through. Everyone knows what I'm about. Yeah. Everyone knows that your children, your daughters, are safe with me, basically.
So you are for empowerment of the girls?
Empowerment of women. That is what I'm for. And that is why, when you talk about empowering women, the ticket to independence, the ticket to empowerment is education. When you have education, you can achieve anything you want. And that is why the first prize, the number one prize of our pageant, of our competition, is a scholarship, a full scholarship, to be able to be educated in any institution of higher learning anywhere in the world, England, America, anywhere that you can get into. In addition to that, you get the usual. You get the luxury car, you get the designer clothes, you get a home in Lagos, you get everything. But more importantly, a ticket out of poverty, a ticket to a chance at a successful future. a first-class education. That is what my parents gave me, a first-class education. And that is what distinguishes me from everybody else. Because after all said and done, I'm able to work.
Listening to you now, I can confidently say that Miss Nigeria has come back alive.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because this is what we've always wanted. Everyone has asked, where is Miss Nigeria? What has happened to it? Well, listening to the passion, listening to the determination and the belief in what you're doing, I can confidently, and anybody watching this program will say that, well, I want to be part of that, you know.
I am so glad. I am so glad.
So
I am so
must
glad.
Congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But the families, I know I read, I saw one of your interviews in one of the papers, and you talked about the family. That is,
you know,
family.
Miss Nigeria, the Miss Nigeria competition was set up in 1957. The very first queen, Miss Grace Oyelude, is still alive and living. She did an interview for This Day Style. She was on the cover of This Day Style last Sunday. She's going to turn 80. She's wonderful. I get goosebumps even when I mention her name. She's just a wonderful human being. And it was set up, really, the competition was set up because of how diverse our cultures are. You have Nigeria and you have all these tribes. And it is basically our diversity that binds us together, really. It's that fact that we're so diverse that binds us all together. You've had calls for Nigeria to split up and divide up, and we've said, no, we will remain a one nation, a one people. And that is why the motto of my pageant is one nation, one people, one Nigeria, one queen, indivisible. And for as long as we only have one, with that queen will ultimately be Miss Nigeria. Miss Nigeria pageant was established to basically highlight all the different cultures we have in Nigeria, the different beautiful women we have in Nigeria, to promote everything wonderful about our country and strengthen Nigeria within and outside as well. The Miss Nigeria that we crown will not be going to international pageants. She will not be representing us in Miss World, Miss Universe, and we're actually not interested in pageants. What she will be doing is, because I sat helplessly at home and watched my fellow human beings when the Haiti disaster happened. And my country wasn't there to help. Miss Nigeria will be there in Haiti handing out water, handing out mosquito nets, handing out, helping them to look after the children. That is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a Miss Nigeria that will go and represent us in Miss World. I'm so not interested. I'm interested in a girl that wants to spend her year looking after her people, doing good works on behalf of her people. That is why we have to be careful who we crown. That is why I have given the opportunity to the whole nation to participate in crowning the queen. Because when we take the girls from the different zones, they'll be put into a house, a reality house in Abuja for 2 weeks. And everybody, Nigerians in Nigeria and in diaspora, via television and their telephones, will be able to vote her in and vote out their queen. So when that girl emerges Miss Nigeria, she will truly, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, be the nation's queen.
Yeah, the community
Absolutely.
queen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should just try and go through the processes. Now you just mentioned a bit of it. So if you could just take us through the processes of, how to get in, what they're going to do, just from the beginning to the end.
Well, step one is about acquiring a form. You can download a form from our website, www.missnigeriapageant.com, or you can go to any branch of First Bank Nigeria, anywhere in the world. They have branches in London, in Europe, in the Americas, in China. They have branches all around Nigeria, over 500 branches in Nigeria. The website is there. Download a form. The form costs 5,000 naira and 50 kobo. The significance of 50-50 must not be lost on you all. It's because Nigeria is 50. So, and then of course another 50 years of celebration. So Nigeria is 50 now, and then another 50 years of celebrating the wonderful things about Nigeria. Once you've got the form, then we have the screenings, the castings in the different zones. We have 5 zones in Nigeria. We have 2 international zones, one in the UK, one in London, and one in America, in New York. The reason we have those, we only have 2, is because, you know, we don't have inexhaustible funds. We have very limited pool of funds. But I want to be able to open it up to everybody. Now, when we've done these castings, all in total, we will choose 36 girls from all these zones. These 36 girls, wherever they are, will be flown to Abuja. They will all be brought to Abuja, and they will all be put into a house in Abuja. We have a fabulous house we just got in Abuja. And the whole nation will view you for 2 weeks. So it will be a mini reality show for 2 weeks. The whole nation in Nigeria, and Nigerians in diaspora who have access to television, will be able to vote you in and vote you out. The ones that are left in the, at the end of that process will now end up on stage on the 25th of September, where we now have the panel of judges and the audience, who will now choose the top 3 and crown a queen. And that is that.
So sometimes when we watch these reality shows where people are put together, are they going to be going through harrowing experiences to prove
absolutely
that they are...
not. Absolutely not. What we're doing is we've set them tasks. So they'll have we'll watch them go through a photo session, a makeover. We'll watch them, we'll send them, we want to know, are they true Nigerian girls? We want to understand their value system. Can they cook, for example? We'll send them to the markets and film them, and then they come back and make stew or something. So they'll have different chores. Lots of different chores. While they're in the house, we'll give them awards. There'll be Best African Hostess. There'll be Miss Photogenic, Miss Amity. Different, Miss Personality. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We'll give them different chores to do, because don't forget, it is Miss Nigeria, and we want a girl that has core Nigerian values. That can be an ambassador to our country. She will have a new title, because don't forget, we're endorsed by the federal government of Nigeria, and we work hand in hand with the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and National Orientation, and as such she will be known as the Queen Ambassador during her reign. So once the girl has been crowned, I mean, this poor girl is going to be very busy. Very busy. During her reign, she's going to be working with UNESCO on the education program. They have a program that goes around the villages in Nigeria, trying to increase the literacy level. She'll be working on that project. She'll also be working with WHO on their rollback malaria program. We all know about the problems that malaria is causing in our country. Those are the kind of projects she'll be working with here. She'll be working with the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. She'll be working with the Ministry of Women's Affairs as well. So she'll be a very busy queen.
A community queen.
A community queen, because that is why she was chosen, to hold us all together and represent us. So she won't have time to go to any other pageants.
What you're actually doing is that, I think, listening to you, you're actually speaking to parents and young girls out there who still have this feeling that pageant is not a very responsible thing to do.
The pageant is what we make of it. A pageant is a title. Whether it is responsible, frivolous, etc., depends on what you make of that title. The Miss Nigeria competition is about responsibility. It's about class, elegance. It's about family values. It is about charity work, selflessness, and it's about giving back, to the community. It is about giving back to the community. It is not about taking. Yes, you will get wonderful things because you get a chance at a wonderful education as well. But the core lessons we learned here is that in giving, you receive. In giving, you are taught, you're here to give. She will give her 1 year of her life to the country. The nation will reward her aptly for that.
Young girls watching this program will really really want to listen to you. For one reason, you have gone through the process.
Absolutely.
You have done beautifully well. And so whatever you say, they see it as kind of advice that they should take. So what would you tell young girls who are going into a pageant now about their social and cultural responsibility? That this could be a starting point of their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I talk about, you know, the dream. Yeah, we all have a dream. Martin Luther had a dream. Each one of us have a dream, and it's about being a queen, being a princess, being a whatever. Fine, you have this dream. But let us help you. Let me help you, along with your parents, achieve this dream in a credible and decent manner. Let us help you use this as a stepping stone to your future. Because ultimately what we're about is your future, guaranteeing you a successful future. You know, there are so many charlatans out there, so many. Because they know young girls have this dream, they want to be models, they want to be queens, they want to be beauty queens. So everybody's organizing Miss whatever there is, Miss everything. You know, Miss Detergent, Miss, you know, Miss Beer label.
Miss Victoria.
I'm telling you. So why not, if you want to do this, why not do it with a company that has been doing this since 1957? Since before the Nigerian independence. Why not do it with a company that's endorsed by the government? Why not do it with a company that is run by a lady who has been through it, seen it all, done it all? Yeah? I'm like your auntie, your big sister, your mother. So I will give you advice. I will tell you that is not the route to take. This is the route to take. This will only lead to disaster. The future, really, we've all been young, we've all been there, done that, seen it, worn the t-shirt, you know. But I know what works. Let me help you make a success of your life. That is what I'm about.
Yeah.
Along with your parents, hand in hand with your parents, because they know best.
Again, some parents might say that when their children who are just 17 years old go to contests in a pageant, they might be exposing them too early.
I say go with them.
Yeah. Is it possible to just talk about some of the advantages of, you know, young children from the age of 17 getting involved in pageant? Maybe as a way of exposing them actually into a career life.
Well, you know, the thing is, it's when you tell your children don't do it that they want to do it. The fact is these girls all want this. So I'm saying children, mothers, go with your daughters hand in hand and choose the best one, the most credible one, because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. Choose the best ones, the Miss Nigeria pageant, and come with her, because it's all about education. We don't want her if she's not going to stay in school. We don't want her if she doesn't want to keep her standards and high morals, because that's what it's all about. You know, we don't want her without her parents. We don't want any runaway girls. That's not what it's about. We want the parents and the guardians as well. And you know, if you do your homework and you see that what we are about is bettering the lives and bettering the future of these girls, I mean, then what's the problem? If you look at America, they've got 2 national pageants. They have Miss USA, that is, you know, that is like most beautiful girl in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then they have Miss America. Miss Nigeria is like Miss America. It's a national institution. Miss America, by the way, is responsible for over 60% of scholarships, educational scholarships in the whole world. You can't fail that. You can't beat that. In the whole world, Miss Nigeria wants to do the same. That's what I want to do with the Miss Nigeria pageant. I want to be able to award scholarships, so that if you have a young girl there that has a dream of being a doctor or a lawyer or a fashion designer, but doesn't have the means to go to school, to higher institution, she has a chance through the Miss Nigeria competition, because we'll pay for it. And that's what I'm offering.
Miss Nigeria pageant going to be about the winner or the finalist. We have some certain roles to play.
The Miss Nigeria pageant, absolutely. The prizes actually go to the top 3 girls. The winner gets the scholarship to go to be educated abroad, as well as the car and and the clothes and and the wonderful lifestyle and a house in accommodation in Lagos for a year. The 2 runners-up also get scholarships, you see, but to an institute of higher learning within Nigeria. Okay. And then they get whatever else the sponsors want to give to them. So it's a wonderful opportunity for 3 girls. It's a phenomenal opportunity, and each one of them has a role to play for the for the 1 year. For the 1 year, they will do charity work. They will do good works on behalf of the country.
You couldn't beat that.
No, you can't beat it. No.
But I think it's important that we talked about Miss Nigeria of before and Miss Nigeria of now.
Absolutely.
Because Miss Nigeria before have always been associated with Daily Times.
Yes.
Is this still Daily Times running this program by, just asking you to do it, or this is
No, absolutely. It's completely outside of Daily Times. My relationship with the Daily Times is that they own the brand, Miss Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I use the license from them. So they own the brand, and they give me a license. The license is for 3 years, and I will keep renewing it after 3 years. So for me, really, I'm lucky in that it doesn't matter who runs Daily Times, who Daily Times belongs to, whether it belongs to government or Mr. X or Mrs. B, or it doesn't matter. That institution, Daily Times, has that issues me the license, and I pay my fees to Daily Times.
That is most important.
That's all.
That's what I think people like to know.
Yes,
that this is
all.
different.
Yes, it's not being run by Daily Times.
Yeah.
It has been run by AOE Events and Entertainment.
And if there's any problem, people know who to call.
Oh, absolutely. You call Nikki Oshinowa.
Yes.
The buck stops with me.
So viewers, you've heard her. She's in charge.
I am absolutely in charge.
She's in charge of the Miss Nigeria pageant. And whatever the problem is, whatever the success is, the person in charge is Chief Nike Oshinowa. So I think it's important that we know that. Most especially what people talk about is kids, teenagers. These days we think they need role models.
Absolutely.
And
we
you are about creating role models.
Absolutely.
I know we all need role models, but you see, like I read one of your interviews where you said in your time there were no guns growing up, there were no, different terrible things that are happening now. So kids now need their peers who challenges them, like, look, this is not all there is to life. And that's what I think you're about creating.
Absolutely. It's creating role models and realizing that it doesn't, it's not all about peer pressure. You are you. Your destiny is your destiny. And you're in charge of your destiny. It's not about being like your friends. It's not about special people are not like their friends. That is why they're special. They're unique. So you have to preserve yourself, preserve your lives, preserve your values, your core values, because that is what will make you a good role model to your peers. And that's the importance, really. That's the important message. We all run around thinking we have to go from pub to bar to bar, getting drunk, otherwise we won't fit in, otherwise we won't be cool. There's nothing cool about falling out of a nightclub drunk. I'm sorry, but there is everything cool about placing a crown on your head and all the 16, 17-year-olds looking up to you and thinking, wow, she's Miss Nigeria. She's Miss Nigeria. Yes.
And like you said, a spokesperson for
the country, for volunteerism, for everything wonderful about where you have come from,
And then they gain the international respect. And the pageant, again, is not just for Nigerians when it's well done, but there's that international, the promotion of the country.
Absolutely.
Tourism.
Absolutely. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism is very interested, very keen in exposing the country to the rest of the world and saying, look at us, this is what we have. We have beautiful places in Nigeria that people have never seen.
Yeah.
Miss Nigeria would be promoting that. Would be promoting Nigeria.
Yeah, promoting Nigeria,
Yes.
the heritage,
Absolutely.
the culture. I think it's quite amazing.
I am loving this job. It's a wonderful job to have.
So what we should be looking at now is what date actually is the event?
The event is on the 25th of September. For the zonal castings, you need to go onto the website, and I'll repeat it, www.missnigeriapageant.com, and keep going onto that website for you to, for updates, because soon we will tell you which zone we're doing, which dates, so you know where to go to take part in the pageant. It's a wonderful chance. I cannot stress, I can't point out how big an opportunity it is for a young lady out there to better herself, to better her life, and to become a wonderful role model to her peers, and help her country grow. Help your country grow. Help promote your country.
And finally, I think that what you're trying to say is that no matter what, for those who might not win, but they will come away a different person.
Oh, absolutely.
With a big experience.
You come out of that house with a wonderful experience, with lots of goodies, by the way, because everybody gets gifts, even from when you attend the zonals. Everybody gets lovely presents. And your life will not be the same again, because you'll see your country for what it is. Beautiful. It's not all about the kidnappings and the drug war and no, there's so many wonderful things happening in Nigeria that doesn't end up on CNN or Sky. Come and show that to the rest of the world. And
you are a housewife. You are, because I'm looking at your husband.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. You are a full-time businesswoman. And now you've come back to your passion, your childhood pet, the pageant.
Yes.
How are you able to bring all this together?
Oh, you know what? You can actually only do this through the grace of the Almighty. That is all. The grace of the Almighty. Otherwise, I don't know where I get the strength, where I get the energy, because I am phenomenally busy. But they say, thank God for busy minds, with the busy people. It's the devil only really has time for idle minds. There's nothing idle about my mind. I'm focused, I'm busy. I have a wonderful husband that I love and adores me. So, and I have a beautiful job. I love every single thing that I'm doing. I'm very lucky, and I thank God for it. I thank God for my many opportunities. I thank God for my life, for the energy that I have. I do have challenges, but I recognize that life is not a bed of roses. You must have challenges, and even those challenges I embrace. But I'm a solution-based person. So when I see a challenge, I don't do the woe is me thing. I look for a solution.
You've never let them weigh you down?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I see a challenge and I'm thinking, how does one do this? How does one? And I find a solution. I just get on with it. I get on with it.
Yeah, and I presume that we still have much to expect from
absolutely. Absolutely.
2010, reading from what you've said and reading about you, it's been a very busy year for you.
It's been a phenomenally busy year. I know it will end, I will end the year busy. 2011 will be even busier, because then all my products will be in the market. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I like being busy.
So you have no regret. Is there anything at the moment that you want to say that I would have loved to do differently, but I've not been able to do? Like you said, challenges are there, but you've always been able to keep them, But
I have no regrets. I have none. But I would have liked, now that I'm traveling around my country, I do feel a sense of, I wish I had known more about my country when I was growing up. I had parents who wanted to give me the best they could. So they sent me to England and gave me the best education, a good solid education.
Yeah.
But we spent so much time outside the country that it is now that I'm traveling around my country because of the Miss Nigeria competition, that I'm learning wonderful things about my country. When I signed up for the Miss Nigeria pageant, I didn't know that much about the Miss Nigeria pageant. I didn't know that much about my country, Nigeria. Now I've been to Kogi State, I've been to Kwara State, I've been to Abuja, I've been all around the states, I've been to Cross River State, River State, I've been to the Delta, and I see the beauty in it. You know, I used to sit and watch and listen to the news and they talk about the Niger Delta, Niger Delta. I've been to the Niger Delta. I just did a photo shoot and for Vanguard Allure, and I chose to dress. I chose 3 different tribes. I dressed as a Fulani, Hausa Fulani girl. I dressed as a queen of the Niger Delta, and then I dressed as a Yoruba girl because that's where I'm from. You know, I'm so privileged to be able to learn about where I've come from, but only I wish I could have done it earlier. I wish I could have gone to school in England like I did, yes, had a beautiful education, but that I could have combined it with learning about my own country.
So what you see now is that you were talking about wanting to teach the girls
yes.
what they don't know about pageant, because you've been there
yes.
and you know a lot now, and with experience you can, you know, like guide them, mentor them, support them.
Absolutely.
But the pageant at the same time is teaching you a lot.
Absolutely. Oh my, it's teaching me a whole lot.
It's teaching you about life.
About life and about my country.
About your country.
And about my people. I didn't know how, all these different tribes that we had. I just thought we had Yoruba, Igbo, you know, and Hausa. No. I mean, it's phenomenal. I'm going to start writing about my experiences during the pageant, and it's a phenomenal education that I'm getting.
Someone like you should write a book after everything.
Absolutely.
If you want to talk about the impact, the most beautiful Nigerian girl, how do you do as a young girl? Maybe we can end with that.
Well, you know, the impact it had is actually quite extraordinary. But like I said, if you imagine one evening, a crown amongst many, you're set out, you know, brought forward, and a crown is placed on your head, and you're only a girl, your life is transformed. You truly do. With that action of a crown being placed on your head, your life is completely transformed, and your life changes. Number one, I think the major impact in my life was the thrust into public limelight. I really truly didn't expect it, and I'm not sure I was ready for it. So one thing I have noted, I had made note of, is to prepare these girls for that event, because they will be thrust out into the full glare. So they will grow up in the glare of the public with everybody watching them, and then they're growing up, they're making their mistakes, and they're going about their daily business, but everybody watching them and judging them accordingly and criticizing them. You have to be schooled in that. I remember watching Princess Diana on Sky News, being interviewed by I can't remember the name and of the gentleman, and they asked her, you know, was she prepared? Well, how was she prepared for that step into being the wife of Prince Charles? And she was never prepared. And that was the same thing that happened to me. I want to help prepare these girls. It is a phenomenal invasion. Your loss of privacy, it is a phenomenal invasion. I think one should go to school just for that, just to prepare you. And that is the biggest part of it. Just learning to cope with all the people that want to be your friend. Because you get invited to, because once you're at a function, that function is news. So all your friends want them at their weddings, their funerals, because as soon as you're there, that function becomes you know, a society wedding, a society this, a society whatever. You know, the pressure on you. So for you to know that what you need to do with that press attention is to focus it on the right thing. You focus it on highlighting issues. Focus it on promoting things that will be good causes. Focus on the opportunities you've been given to improve yourself, improve your core self, and improving the lives of the people around you. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, I must say that for most of us who have, you know, decided to go into the pageant world, and for people out there listening to you, we have been taught a very big lesson in these few 30 or 40 minutes that we've been talking to you. So I must thank you for that, and once again congratulate you on the huge work that you have to do with the Miss Nigerian pageant.
Thank you
Even if
very
when
much.
it's not done yet, but we can see the steps. They say by their steps we shall know them.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what
Thank you
going
very
on now,
much. Thank
you know?
you.
So once again, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for coming all this way.
You know, it's been a pleasure meeting you for the first time.
Thank
and
you.
seeing the famous Nika.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to meet you.
Right.
It really has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, viewers, that has been Chief Nika Oshinowo Sholeye. She is the creative director and the chief executive of Miss Nigeria Pageant, to relaunch Miss Nigeria Pageant. At the moment, Miss Nigeria Pageant is in process. The date of the pageant is 25th of September, but a lot is going on at the moment. Until the 25th, if you want to know anything or find out information, I would advise that you go to the Miss Nigeria website. Everything is there. All the informations are there. You get it there. Or if you know Nika, you can give her a call. But unfortunately, her number is not there. So it's better to go on the website find out information. And for those who are planning to contest or go into pageant, I believe that you've heard from the mother, the princess herself. She has said it all. So whatever doubt I guess you probably had before has been answered by Nika. On that note, we've come to the end of the show, and until next week, when we come your way again, peace and love. Nika?
Thank you very much. I look forward to meeting you young ladies at the screenings or in the house, in the reality house. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Thank you.
Fine, how are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. You know, I've been speaking with Nika.
Yes.
And you are what's your position here now?
I'm Winika Mukan. I'm the project manager for the Miss Nigeria competition. Yes.
Yeah, and Nika has been talking about why she has the kind of passion she has about the project.
Exactly.
And I guess same goes for you.
Yeah, we all share the same passion for the competition here in the office. We're trying to build a new generation of confident young women who are, you know, who have self-worth and who have, you know, intelligence, and who are willing to go out and be ambassadors for Nigeria. And that's basically what our goal.
It's not just about beauty.
No, actually, beauty is quite secondary. Our main goal here is to build a smart woman who will go out into Nigeria and be an ambassador of Nigeria. First prize is a full scholarship to any institution of higher learning she gets accepted into. So we're really just trying to highlight intelligence with women, and we're trying to empower them to be all that they can be, really.
Promote the image of the country.
Exactly, always promote the image of the country, because the more we promote the intelligence of women within our country, the more we promote Nigeria. So it all works hand in hand.
Yeah, because what you're doing again is taking young children out of poverty.
Yeah, you know, we're giving people an opportunity. There's a lot that can be that can be done when you win a full scholarship to any institution of higher learning, and accommodation, along with all the other prizes. If you're an intelligent person, there's a lot you can do with that. So we're looking for that person, and if you're one of those people, go buy a form.
Yeah. So I mean, all I expect from you is to look at the camera and tell the youth out there what they need to do to celebrate themselves.
Well, what you need to do is actually log on to www.missnigeriapageant.com. Our registration process is listed there. If you're in Nigeria, you need to go to a First Bank, fill out the form, pay the fee, which is only 5,050 naira. And if you're abroad, you need to go and get the account information written on our website, missnigeriapageant.com, and follow the process. It's very straightforward.
And then you can,
you can be a Miss Nigeria. Exactly. There's a lot of opportunity.
Isn't it?
Yeah, September 25th, 2010 in Abuja.
But I guess that even when they don't win, they would have come out of there more experienced, transformed, empowered, because they're going to go through a whole lot of experiences there that they've never thought would come their way.
Yeah, you have to have a certain kind of courage to even enter a pageant like this. It gives you so much confidence to attack other things in life. It's actually a great confidence builder. It's something you can use to challenge yourself.
It's a career launch.
Yeah, it's a career launch. It'll help you, and there's no negative really.
Yeah.
So it's a positive any way you look at it.
It's
really.
a win-win situation.
Exactly, win-win situation.
Okay, thank you very much for
talking
to us.
Thank you, welcome, thank you, you too.
And, hope to see you on the 25th of September.
Exactly.
And celebrate with the winner.
Thank you very much.
Congratulate you, the organizers, for a job well done.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
A bright new day in Nigeria. Every Nigerian woman wakes up with hope and desire to make a lasting impact. A desire that had been nurtured since 1957. Through the years, the desire of the young Nigerian woman has consistently been common. It's not just about being seen, liked or wanted, but about showcasing the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in totality. That's why a distinguished platform such as the Miss Nigeria is back, bigger and better. The Miss Nigeria title has stood to represent the highest of ideas. In totality, this pageant brings back the old world glamour and elegance. It reveals and harnesses the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in her elegance, poise, talent, intelligence, values, and to cap it all, her beauty. In 1957, Miss Grace Oyelude of the then Western region reigned as the crowned queen, and her successor, Miss Helen Eyameluna, Eastern region, 1958. And of course, in 1960, Miss Independence, Rosemary Anieze. Miss Nigeria has always been the most celebrated event each year, from 1961 to 2004. Through the years, the Miss Nigeria platform has afforded past winners the unique opportunities within Nigeria and globally to demonstrate the values of the true Nigerian and African woman. This is the organization that is duly recognized by the federal government of Nigeria. To carry the glamorous title of Miss Nigeria will not just mean a beauty queen in terms of looks and elegance, but a repeated representation of the true African spirit, just like in the years gone by. This is a privilege and an honor for any young Nigerian lady with dreams to be adorned with such honors. Welcome to the Miss Nigeria 2010. We are set to discover a Nigerian lady who is able to uphold the ideas of our nation, yet able to relate to today's global village. Miss Nigeria 2010, the crowned queen will be the nation's queen, and only the best is good enough to take the most coveted crown. This is not just any beauty pageant. It's Miss Nigeria, our Nigeria. Miss Nigeria, one nation, one people, one queen. Log on to www.missnigeriapageant.com and avail yourself of the details.